again, for their benefit, right? For their benefit. And we ain't trying to hurt nobody. We don't have no, the people have tried so many times, they did so many things. It's like, if you think some of the Negroes insult us, you should watch them try to insult you. When they try to insult you, they're insulting you in a specific way to get rid of you and to make you mad, to make you mean. That's why it's 12 years ago when we gave some lectures on the Islamic Republic that we not allowing the people in certain positions to frame how we feel about the Islamic Republic, because they really represent themselves in a little clique, but they don't represent the Islamic Republic. Okay, however they handle it, we're going to move toward a close. No small thinking is possible in this. Now, this is a big deal. When you got to take a whole system that's been teaching a certain way, a certain possible, and they all respect that because you can see how they act. What I'm saying is this. If you got a lot of friends, say you got 100 friends, and they all know you friends, okay? Now, if somebody tells them out of their crew to act a certain way toward you, okay. If 50% of them, the ones that's here, act a certain way, that's all, that's one thing. The others say, man, we've been together too long, we ain't gonna. If 100% of them do it, that means they don't know nothing about no Islam, they don't know nothing about brotherhood, they don't. And remember, if you think we delay on the Negro, we delay on them too. We're gonna make sure they're gonna repeat it. Redundancy, they're gonna repeat their listening to each other, being misguided by each other over and over again to where you can see it in the back of your head. You know, it's not an apparition, it's a constant. But they listen to, they gotta fix that. Or the people who are our real friends got to moderate them, because I don't see nobody in the United States that is working on behalf of Vilayati Faqih. When they vote here, you know, they can vote in here. When they vote for Rouhani. They don't vote for Ahmadinejad and people. They don't vote for them. They don't vote for them here in the United States. The way they got structured here, it's a clique. If somebody comes by and helps us with food all the time, it's not out of their pocket. They're telling them to come over here, right? If a guy that said every one of their things they have, they're preparing good Persian food and everything. You see them in Texas, you see them everywhere, right? Except California, maybe. Might have been in California too. Come think of it, the last program in San Francisco 3 years ago. I think it was. And you call them and tell them, hook up this, that for me. Now they might bring food here all the time. Ramadan, we love you. We'll take care of everything. So somebody's paying them money. Somebody's paying them money. And if they say to us, oh, you're feeding people out there, just come by and I'll look you up. Right? Hey, remember when we went to the program down there, we didn't go back. You know why? Everything was set up a certain way. Remember the little island I said, this guy here is in charge of all of it. He's in big shape. some of them I didn't even know who they were, but they didn't have nothing. They talk about unity based on what? Raja, Imam Mahdi coming back. Yeah, that's what it's all about, Raja coming back in turn. They had a little lecture there on my friend from Nigeria. And when something else happened, when I was, my head was soaked with blood, you never seen them. They had the police arrested another police and took her to jail. So they would be, Merzia, in case y'all forget who we're talking about, right? Merzia, Hashimi. And how mean the police is them. They had busted upside the head, and I got blood dripping. I just come sitting in the hospital with the head blood busted up, cut up and everything. Because there's a team that's been going on that I know for 40 years. I put up with it till I know what I'm talking about. It don't make no difference what other people, I'm not trying to convince nobody nothing. I'm explaining something that I know. You don't have to know it, you don't have to believe it. But when I tell you about them people, that's who they are. They didn't have too many chances, right? That's why we didn't go back. So, why no little thing, poor Imam Musa, why not a little thing like that? And each one of them was talking to me last year. Yeah, that was in Phoenix. They had a specific I hate you attitude. They're going to smile. They're not going to say I hate you. But they're not going to help you. And everybody can see if my lecture in Phoenix, the big program was, I don't need no help with this government. I just need the remnants of this organization to help with finance. I'll take care of all the rest. Don't worry about it. And that's when I was dazzled, when I came back from Phoenix, that's when I couldn't hardly move, you know what I mean? When I was in Colorado, man, I was spilling the coffee, you know what I mean? I was losing, I'm lucky I got back here, you know what I mean? But I was, if I got a coffee, I couldn't drink no coffee because I would get it and I'd try to put sugar in it and I'd knock it over. I was very fortunate to get back here, But anyway, the point is this. We've tested the people for a long time. They've been doing what they do for maybe 15 years. When I go to Iran, started 15 years ago, I wouldn't be on the main show anymore. They would put me in a special place out in the country almost. They'd help me out and stuff, but not on any, they knew what they was doing. Friends of mine would call me and say, from there, man, you don't have to let them kidnap you and keep you out there. We want to see you, all our old friends. And the people we was talking about was their old friends. So you realize who your real old friends are. Mostly the ones that went back. The ones that stayed here got a code number from the government. Yeah, they stayed here. An Iranian activist, why would you stay here? If all the stuff that was need to be done, you need to do it back there. Anyway, Salahuddin Ayyub, I talked about that. Saudi Arabia does not have the right to do what they do. They got enough Muslims to fix that area. And we don't know what the cost would be. But when certain things have to be done, you have to do them. It's not the cost, you know. Could have changed the world. Okay, that. Scan the Mideast. Scan your environment. Well, we know that. Scan your environment, look at your environment, study its history, its behavior, pattern, on and on, then make a plan. That's what we're talking about now. This is a basic plan. Then it has to be implemented. And if you're still alive, go around and take account of how, right? Yeah, that's what we have to do. Remember, we're Muslims at the most anti-Islamic period in recent history. Because remember, they didn't have all that time to talk about us. But it's also the greatest, friendliest period for Islam. Both of those exist. There are people that like us, that like Islam. There's people in offices, shops that's been around Muslims, and they say, I've never seen a Muslim like that. Like the one on TV, I want to kill all the white folks, you know what I mean?
It's almost like you can't help, if you think about the anti-war activists,
right.
All the wars are against the Muslims. So you have to, you know.
Yeah, if you're anti-war, you got to be on the Muslim side.
You got to be on the Muslim side.
There's no other place to be. You have to be, because all the wars are against us. That's a wonderful, let me see. Islamic Liberation Army, Sacred Defense, 25, 30 million Muslims. Okay. That'll be enough for today. We'll get back on this subject or another subject of interest Tuesday. So we're not going to California right now because the drums don't say go to California. Amen. It says stay here. Are there any questions or comments on anything that was said? Any questions or comments at all on anything that was said?
I'll just say for me, one thing that jumps out is just a picture of Press TV,
Right.
you know, and how it's kind of just changed as far as the look,
Right.
you know, and you know, that's just a personal observation that, you know, not only did the color change, but it seems to be, you know, in originally looking at it, especially when you were on there, the perception was that this is for Muslims, you know, but now it doesn't seem
Okay.
that that's the.
Do you remember reading about the worldism, the Hollywoodism conference?
I remember you talking, yeah.
Hollywoodism conference. For the last 10 years, the New Horizon organization, which they banned that, but I told the FBI we was walking up, I said, y'all banned them? Those are your homeboys. I said, no. I said, Press TV and New Horizons. But we banned, I said, yeah, you banned them. Just playing. I said, anyway, all of those New Horizons, all of those groups and organizations, even the great movie maker that was here, he interviewed me. First, in '92, we traveled all over, all up the coast. We interviewed, he interviewed. I was selling books and I'd take him to MIT, all of those places. He interviewed Noam Chomsky and all of those. So then I took him all around the neighborhoods and I filmed the neighborhood. I told him, you got to keep the camera down because you look like a white person, which he did, right? He looks like a Swedish guy or something. I said, and so if they see you taking pictures, they gonna think that we might be kind of police oriented. So you gotta keep that down. So I would narrate to him what's going on. If this is drugs, if this is a social function, you know. He took that program and he made it into a 12-part series. And that's how he got to be head of the networks. He's head of the whole communications that he ran. He did a 12-hour program on our trip. Because he said, I want to show people Iran, America. Because some of them were still in love with America, some hated. So we was trying to show him the real America, which we did a pretty good job. That made him the top man. After that, for many years, when I would come, I had a carte blanche. But later on, they turned toward Farrakhan. They was the one that inviting Farrakhan, doing this, that, and that. So that's what I mean is, there's a clique. That clique controls a lot of the media. It's hooked up. It's a global hookup. Take our friends in South Africa, right? Take Crescent International, right? What does Crescent look like? Barrack, white folks, right?
That's right.
White folks, anything but Negroes.
That's right.
And the TV, they have all kind of local Negroes, you know, on there.
That's right.
But it's like they told what to say. Marcia was right here 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Well, where you headed? I'm going to talk to these people. I said, them people, well, they don't know nothing about, they don't know nothing about movement there. So she is the one that contacted. She was hooking up all of that. They've been hooking all that up all along. And just like Muslim Congress, to help get that started, the first several years, you know, with the main speakers, with this, with that, I mean, you get an award, a plaque, all of that. In the last few years, I don't go to Muslim Congress anymore. And the guys, the little ulama that they're inviting, they're not telling the people nothing. The guy that was with all those guys, what are they telling the people? They're not telling them this stuff, so they're not telling them nothing. So, no, this is all, that's what's so beautiful about us have had access to be all around the world. Remember the video, what did Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui say? He was clearly saying, Imam Musa he said something like, is the essence of everything that is good. I said, no, Doc, I mean, you know, let's take it easy a little bit. I mean, he said something like that, right? Of everything that is good. I said, I didn't say that because I didn't pay no attention to what he was saying there. But after watching it, but he went to the airport with me in Johannesburg, and that's what he was doing. He was saying, you got the game on this, you know, you got a big job, and, you know, he knew his people. He knew his people. These guys, they got with me when I was giving lectures, and they invited me. In other words, they got up next to me. But he didn't ride to the airport with them. He rode with me. And he didn't say, he said, Muhammad al-Asi translates good the Quran and all that. But he didn't say nothing about him like what he said about me. Nothing even close. Everything, all of the organizations, it make you feel a little despondent, all of them are controlled by the system. All the magazines, all the people speaking, the platform, right? Tell the truth. The whole platform might as well be made in the police station. The whole platform. The only way you get on that platform is you sing the song. They get out their fiddle or their flute and they start playing and you start talking. And press TV, this year it was Siraj on there and last year was Zaid. And when we was in any program, no matter who was there, and I would be a dummy, I'd be raising my hand and talk. Like, don't exist. Don't exist. And what's the name over there? Was that 2-3 years ago at Howard?
Mm-hmm.
When him and what's the guy?
Sherman Jackson.
They said what? Negroes chose a new. First we followed the white man, or something like that. Basically what he was saying was, first we looked up to the white man, now we look up to immigrants.
Right.
We follow, we got our, this is what Zayd is saying.
Mm-hmm. And that's the talk. That's the talk amongst African Americans.
Of course it is. Shoot. And they're despondent. Remember the thing? They despondent and they disturbed and they feel.
Well, it's not only the talk, it's being reacted to now. That now the African Americans are breaking up, African American Muslims are breaking up into their particular groups or,
damage is done, and when they break everybody up in their different groups, they're going to break up in the groups to do what the white man wanted to do. Ain't nobody breaking up, they ain't been by here. So if you breaking up in the groups that's going that way, and the only person in the neighborhood that's been going that way all the time, and you say, hey, we don't want him here, right? They're not here. And ain't nothing they talking about is this type of talk. They're not even, hey man, with all this going on, they not even, it's criminal. Okay, so, anyway, whether it's Crescent, it's got white folks on the thing. That's all you see, that's right.
That's all you see.
How can it? Okay, but that's what they got. Crescent, for the last several years, they've been wanting European, not semi-conscious, not Muslims, of course, but the Medea Benjamins and those type of people.